You're always thinking about being better at a lot of things, perfect at many things. Be richer, be kinder, be more social, be fitter, have more friends, be part of more parties, more night outs. Always have fun, all day, every day. It has us chasing a lot of things in very limited time. It means you are giving too many fucks every day when you have very limited fucks to give in your limited life. Giving too many fucks has made you fragile, has made you sad, has made you too sensitive. You are not able to be content for 5 minutes. Even a tiny deviation from your fantasy ideal routine will leave you feeling like shit. What does giving too many fucks even mean? It basically means caring too much about things when it is not really your job to do so. Think of a kid at a toy store. He's standing in the aisle staring at a shiny red fire truck. He wants it, badly. But his mom says no. Instantly, tears. He drops to the floor, kicking and wailing like his world just ended. He screams as if someone stole his home, his dreams, his soul. But you can see what it is. Nothing actually happened. He's safe. He's fed. He's loved. He didn't get what he wanted, just this time. But in that moment, the kid is giving every ounce of his energy, his attention, his emotion, to a plastic truck. He's giving all his fucks to something that doesn't really matter. Now zoom out, because we're not so different. Grown-ups cry in subtler ways. We too obsess over little things, like what people think of us. Like when we feel crushed by criticism from a useless idiot, when a delayed text message ruins our day, changing your plans just to avoid looking bad or being judged. We're just that same kid, flipping out over a toy we thought we need. Most of us go through life reacting like a kid, giving too many fucks to too many things that don't deserve them. And here's the thing, it's not entirely your fault. From the moment we're born, we're surrounded by voices telling us to care more, be more, do more, own more, look better, feel happier, be rich, be liked, be productive, be confident, be extraordinary. Open social media. Someone's showing off their perfect morning routine. Watch TV. Someone's building $1 billion company at 22. Ads tell you your life is incomplete without this product. Motivational videos scream at you, hustle harder. The message is loud and clear. If you're not constantly leveling up, you're falling behind. So what happens? You start giving a fuck about everything. Your job, your side hustle, your body, your image, your breakfast, your brand, your bank balance, your productivity. Even your happiness becomes another thing to worry about. And slowly, you get buried under the weight of meaningless pressure. This culture doesn't just overwhelm you, it confuses you. At this point, you might be wondering, okay, cool, give fewer fucks. Sounds wise. But what about my dream car? I've been saving for years for that. What about the beach body, the grind, the 5 a.m. workouts? What about the house on the hill with a garden and a hot tub and, I don't know, Bluetooth sprinklers or something? If I stop giving a fuck about those things, won't I just give up? Won't I lose my drive, my ambition, my edge? Yes, you are thinking absolutely right. And the answer is a simple no. Here's something strange but true. The more you chase feeling good all the time, the more miserable you end up feeling. Sounds backwards, right? That's why philosopher Alan Watts called it the backwards law. Because the harder you try to escape something, the more power it gains over you. Ever notice how things seem to go better the moment you stop gripping so tight? Like when you walk into an exam or an interview or a date, and you're not trying to win or prove anything, you just show up, relaxed, present, clear, and somehow you do better. That's not luck. That's what happens when you stop giving too many fucks. Because when you care too much, when you give a fuck about every outcome, every opinion, every little discomfort, you become a slave to your own expectations. You start to believe the world owes you smooth roads and easy applause, that everything should be exactly how you want it, neatly packaged, pain-free, and perfectly timed. And when life inevitably doesn't cooperate, you break. Every challenge feels like a failure. Every delay feels like disrespect. Every disagreement becomes a betrayal. Every traffic jam, every no-reply text, every bump in the plan feels like a personal insult from the universe. This isn't just stress, it's a sickness. A slow-burning, ego-fed storm of entitlement and frustration. That keeps you trapped in what Mark Manson calls the feedback loop from hell. You feel bad about something, then feel bad about feeling bad, then spiral deeper into self-blame, overthinking, and emotional panic. Round and round it goes. And all of this, just because you gave a fuck, when maybe you didn't need to. So no, the solution isn't to stop caring about life. It's to stop caring about the noise. To stop letting every little thing hijack your peace. To try to avoid pain is to give too many fucks about pain. In contrast, if you're able to not give a fuck about the pain, you become unstoppable. Now, you may be wondering that not giving a fuck sounds like some kind of emotional shutdown, like you just stop caring, stop trying, stop showing up. But that's not it. It's not about being careless or numb or pretending nothing matters. That's not confidence. That's avoidance. What Mark Manson is talking about is something more thoughtful, more strategic. Let's look at 3 subtleties by Mark Manson from his book to break it down. Subtlety number 1. Not giving a fuck does not mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being different. A lot of people hear not giving a fuck and think it means walking around like nothing matters, just sitting on the couch, eating chips, ghosting life. Those people who act like they don't care, they actually care way too much. They care about every detail of their life, their appearance, their opinion, their laugh, their comments, etc., etc. They're not free. They're just hiding. People who really don't give a fuck, they don't hide. They show up fully. They feel things deeply but only what's worth it. They face their fears, not buried them. Not giving a fuck doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you're okay with people not liking what you do. You're okay with not fitting in. You're okay with living your truth, even when it's awkward or unpopular. You just don't give a fuck about the many adversities that may come along the way. Because here's the truth. There is no such thing as adversity-free zone. Whatever you want to do or wherever you want to go, there's undesirable shit waiting to be thrown in front of you. And even with all that, you say, fuck it, and stare right into the pain and tell, I am gonna do what I am gonna do. No fucks given to any other thing other than your goal. Subtlety number 2. To not give a fuck about adversity, you must first give a fuck about something more important than adversity. The issue with people who give out fucks like they have all the time in the world for that one tiny problem in their life is that they don't have anything more fuck-worthy thing to dedicate their time to. Think of someone you know or have seen who is kind of obsessed with tiny details of their life. They want their food in a very specific way. They want the perfect seats at the movie theater. They want their day to go exactly as planned. And even if a small challenge arises, they kind of become a different person. They lose their shit, act rude or helpless, even throw tantrums if needed. It's a hard way to live. And it is most likely that they just don't have something much bigger and better to do in life. If you find yourself consistently giving too many fucks about tiny annoyances, like your ex's new post or the remote acting up, it's probably not because those things actually matter that much. It's because your life is missing something bigger to care about. You don't have a clear purpose or a project or meaningful relationships or even a hobby that fires you up. So your mind latches on to whatever drama or inconvenience it can find, just to feel something. It's not about the thing you're upset over. It's about the emptiness you're trying to fill. Whether it's your values, your art, your people, your purpose, you have to care about something real, or every little problem will feel like the end of the world. Subtlety number 3. Whether you realize it or not, you are always choosing what to give a fuck about. People are not naturally born by not giving fucks. In fact, the younger they are, the more fucks they give. A kid is annoyed over probably every little thing. The color of their shirt, the place they want to sit, the way their food has to be fed. When you are young, you are conscious about many tiny little things. Think of you as a teen or a new guy in your college or work. As we get older, your identity solidifies. You start to realize how little people think of you, if any, and how much it doesn't really matter the opinion of the third-party people in our life. Essentially, we learn to identify what is worth our time and attention to give the fuck about. And this is called maturity. Maturity is when you stop giving fucks when it was not your time and place to give a fuck about. And it is a liberating feeling to realize that. You don't have to give a fuck about everything. You accept life as it is, with all its pains, challenges, and imperfections, without getting swayed by the distractions. You get things done, even when it is not an ideal fantasy path to walk. You realize that it is okay for life to suck sometimes. And the simplification of life actually makes you happy. Once you become comfortable with life throwing all sorts of things at you, you become invincible. You start to be more of yourself. You start to live real. You start to live authentic. That's it for this video, and thank you for watching. If any part of this hit home or made you think differently, you'll probably enjoy the full book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. I've dropped the link below if you'd like to check it out. And hey, next up, we're diving into Chapter 2, Happiness is a Problem. Yeah, sounds weird, right? But it's one of the most powerful ideas in the book. We'll talk about why chasing happiness often backfires. If that sounds like something you'd like to watch, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss it.